Honey, wake up. New COVID just dropped. God, I wish they would stop making sequels. Once again, COVID rates are spiking in the US. This is due to various reasons. Of course, the Delta variant is now hitting the United States. The Delta variant is also far more contagious. You can see here that cases are consistently spiking. July 29th, there was new cases of 97,000, and now August 2nd, new cases. We had 135,000 new cases on August 2nd. As opposed to when we were down here at a low point, we were seeing like 7,000 new cases in May. As somebody that lives in the United States, this really sucks. And I personally am blaming conservatives. That's right, Republicans, I'm looking at you, and I now have a vendetta against you because you people are contributing to this spike. We're seeing anti-vaxxers on the rise, and the majority of hospitalizations are of individuals who were not vaccinated. The Alabama Republican governor says it's time to start blaming the unvaccinated folks for rise in COVID cases. The right, they're eating their own. The anti-vaxxers are split between the pro-vaxxers. Oh shit, what's gonna happen? Is it gonna be like a meta civil war? Alabama Republican Governor Kay Ivey on Thursday called out the unvaccinated folks for the rise in COVID-19 cases in her state, a remarkable plea at the time when many GOP leaders are refusing to urge people to get vaccinated, even as COVID-19 cases surge in many parts of the country. So Alabama, an extremely Republican state, not surprised at all to see a large amount of people that are not getting vaccinated, yet we're now seeing the Republican governor blaming the unvaccinated people for the rise in COVID-19 cases. And honestly, she's really not incorrect. If you want to look at it from a statistical level, we can see here that the majority of people getting sick or dying from COVID-19 are unvaccinated, according to the Department of Health. A new report from the Department of Health shows between February and June, 97.4% of COVID-19 cases were among those not fully vaccinated. So yeah, I'm blaming anti-vaxxers, and by extension, I'm blaming Republicans, because Republicans, most of them, not all of them, sure, but a good many of them, including Tucker Carlson and the demagogues and the spokespeople, the conservative talking heads, they are consistently spreading vaccine hesitancy. Oh, we're not anti-vax. We're just asking questions. By the way, have you heard about this concerningly large amount of people that have died after getting the vaccine? No. I'm blaming those people. I'm blaming the unvaccinated. So, Republicans, fuck you guys. For the longest time, we heard Republicans spiel on about how we should call it the Chinese virus or the China virus because, well, it came from China, lol. Well, okay, maybe now it's time that we dub this the Maga Virus. I think that's what we have right here, the Maga Virus. And I think that conservatives are looking at these rates and they think it's like the deportation rate. They're like, oh, god dang it. Look at down in June, we saw a decrease in deportations, and now, well, hell yeah, now we're seeing a lot of them illegals kicked out of this great American country. Go get vaccinated, okay? Don't be one of those people. And now, to make matters worse, because of these unvaccinated hicks, we're now stuck with more bullshit mask mandates. Thank you, Republicans. I really appreciate this. I think it's really funny because Republicans are like, why should you even get vaccinated if now they're making you wear masks? It's like, gee, we're wearing masks because of you hoes. The CDC on July 27th advised all Americans, including people who are fully vaccinated, to mask up indoors in public places again, anywhere in the country that is seeing significant spread of COVID-19. Now, although this is unfortunate, it does make sense. Not only is still, I believe, 50% of the US not vaccinated, but also we have this new Delta variant, which is far more contagious. And it turns out that if you do get sick after getting the vaccine, you're still just as contagious if you hadn't gotten the vaccine. Now, thankfully, the current vaccine still gives you about 70% protection against the Delta variant. So it's still much better to get vaccinated all in all. But still, it makes sense that they might say, hey, let's go back to wearing masks. It's just not reliable right now because too many individuals are not getting vaccinated. Conservatives spiel on a lot about herd immunity, but in order to achieve herd immunity, we need the majority of the country to be vaccinated or immune. Not only are we seeing more of these mask mandates, but New York City is doing something that I think is kind of based. New York City becomes the largest U.S. city to require proof of vaccination for indoor activities. New York City will require workers and patrons at indoor businesses to show proof of vaccination starting on September 13th, becoming the first major U.S. city to take such action amid a surge of new cases nationwide driven by the highly transmissible Delta variant. The new mandate announced Tuesday, dubbed the Key to New York City Pass, will apply to indoor dining, gyms, and entertainment venues. So this is fantastic. This is great. This might be what needs to happen in order to get people vaccinated. Maybe, hey, if you don't want to be vaccinated, fine. If you want to fall for that Alex Jones minion conspiracy theory meme about vaccines being scary, like dangerous or whatever, fine. Be my guest. Go for it. It's your right. But you might not be able to go to your favorite restaurant or go see a movie in a theater or, yeah, like, tough. That's what happens. When you're not willing to look out for your neighbor, there are going to be consequences there. It does seem that there's going to be a little bit of time in between. There's also going to be exemptions for religious exemptions and medical issues. Some people might actually be unable to get the vaccine for whatever reason. Overall, I think that this seems really good. And before anybody starts crying about more rights, keep in mind that this is completely within the rights of the state. So keep in mind that this comes from constitutioncenter.org, and this was also published in 2015 before COVID-19. So how did the government first deal with the legal issue of requiring vaccines that promote immunity against diseases? The legal debate goes back more than a century and gives most of that power to the states. It looks like this started in the 1905 case, which was in Massachusetts, where the Supreme Court upheld the authority of the states to enforce mandatory vaccination laws. In 1922, the court further clarified that a school system could refuse admission to a student who did not meet vaccination requirements. Then in 1944, in Prince v. Massachusetts, the court held that states may require vaccination regardless of a parent's religious objection, stating that the right to practice religion freely does not include liberty to expose the community or the child to communicable disease, or the latter to ill health or death. Based America. Based Supreme Court right here. You want to return to tradition, all you groiper fucks out there? Here you go, man. Let's go back to vaccine mandates. Yes, I'm going to become a vaccine mandate shill. I'm not going to be happy until everyone is vaccinated unless they have like a literal health issue and can't be vaccinated. While the Supreme Court authorized the states to pass these laws mandating vaccinations, it was in no way required for the states to do so. So yes, this is left up to the states, so we would never actually see this happen across all of America, unfortunately. But yeah, sounds like this is completely within the right of New York and New York City to impose these mandates. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. Sounds like there's plenty of court precedent that says that this is A-okay and within the state's rights. So great. That sounds good to me. I want to get rid of the Maga virus. Who's with me? By requiring vaccination, right? You don't risk another economic shutdown. You don't risk hurting small businesses nearly as much because you're not shutting their business down. Instead, they can stay open and they just have to make sure you're vaccinated before you enter the doors, before you enter the building. So not only is it better for everyone, not only would it reduce the rates of COVID, not only would it protect all of our fellow Americans, but also it would avoid potential economic collapse. We don't need another shutdown. We need people to get vaccinated. Get vaccinated Don't be a cuck that falls for fake news and reads a bunch of conspiracy theories from Fox News, Tucker Carlson, and fucking Glenn Beck. All right? Stop it. Get vaccinated. Don't die. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you get notified when I drop a new video.